shot here in San Francisco costs $350.
Home's smart houses are calibrated to anticipate your every need.
You're listening to Rock the Grid.
I gotta say, this game was not as shitty as I thought it'd be. It's still kind of shitty, but it is not nearly as shitty as I thought it was gonna be. It's still not good, but it's not terrible. I think Ubisoft deserves some praise for making a mediocre games. Like, you guys have dug yourselves out of utter and total trash and gotten up to so congratulations. By far the worst part of this game is how it looks in the graphics. Like, alright, I figured it out. It's Ubisoft's engine that's the problem. All of Ubisoft's open world-ish, third-person-y looking games, The Division, Assassin's Creed, Watch Dogs, just all look like shit. The amount of jaggedy edges they still manage to get out of a game running at 1080p is baffling. The game is not impressive enough in any visual category to justify the low frame rate. You can see his undershirt has lots of polygon lines on it. The visual look of the water itself is fine, but you don't leave footprints in it when you walk. The trees do move in the wind though, which is nice. It'd be nicer if the shadows didn't look like they were a Dalmatian with a skin condition. Now, the art style itself isn't terrible, like I said, compared to the first Watch Dogs, where it's all gray and colorless and dark and gritty and trying to be all mature and cool. The vibrant, colorful funness that this game tries to exude is a welcome addition. The lighting's very low contrast, you know, it's like light and dark and not much in between. The cars look terrible. And I swear every time I get in one, the game drops to like 20 frames per second. In terms of the game world itself, there is some variety, you know, they got the Forza Horizon-y looking fields and trees and hills, and the city of San Francisco itself is very vertical. There's a lot of very steep streets. I gotta say, one thing when you are driving is the cops are extraordinarily aggressive. It's like they know you're black, and they are coming for you. They will cut you off, they will smash into you, they will speed up, and they will do the car chase scenes themselves are actually some of the best parts of the game. And not since Mirror's Edge Catalyst are hipsters gonna find something that they can unite in so strongly. Holy crap, Watch Dogs 2 is so stupid. These characters are the most exaggerated, unrealistic, cringeworthy hipster stereotypes on the planet. The only exception being Marcus. I actually did like Marcus. But there's a guy who wears like a helmet and doesn't show his face and talks through that, and it's like, what is wrong with you?
I'm Satara. This sweetheart is Josh, aka Hot Sauce.
Yo, you're Hot Sauce? Yeah, man, I loved your frat house hat. Real talk.
Thanks.
This weirdo's Wrench.
The needs of the many.
And this Casanova is Horatio.
What's up, brother? What's up, man?
That's what self-expression will get you in 2016, for goodness sakes, just be normal. You know, I think maybe if we work together, we can find a cure for hipsterness. We can get like a vaccine that just makes everybody normal. Like, we should get working on that. That would be very awesome. Thank you. Marcus is the only character who actually seems like a real person. And I bring this up because this is so cringeworthy, but you know what it isn't? Boring. It's not fun, it's not good, but at least it had my attention in awe of how stupid it was, that I wasn't just like, okay, I want to turn this off. So, I guess in a way, it is engaging, and there are occasional good moments like this.
Hey, Marcus, have you seen the trailer for the new Jimmy Siska movie?
No, it's out. Hey, pull it up, man.
No, not on this. For this, we need perfect sound, we need a big screen, we need to be comfy,
You're right.
we need quiet.
Have you seen it yet?
No, man, I waited for you.
You're the best. Thank you.
All right, everybody, we're gonna watch the trailer. Shut the fuck up.
Shut up.
The way the game does open world is far superior to something like Mafia 3, but still not nearly as good as like a Bethesda game. You can buy and change your clothes, you can buy and get different cars, even though buying them is a waste of money when you can just steal anyone off the street. And if you get one perk, the alarm won't even go off, so it's like you go shopping for cars while standing in the middle of the highway. And the content itself, the side quests, I mean, it's better than Ubisoft's been in the past, but it's still not great. There was one where I was helping out a guy with a go-kart race and he needed new parts for his car. That one was okay. The one really nice thing about the game is that the reticle is a dot, so you can be super precise when you're aiming. Even though the cover system itself is abysmal. The movement is super clunky. You have to push a button to get out of cover in addition to getting into cover. The shooting system is good, but the cover system isn't, so those kind of cancel out. Create a very average gunplay experience. The gunplay also has its issues as well. There was one time that throughout the entire mission, I was killing people in one shot no matter where I hit them. And as you can see here, there is no distinction between aim speed and turn speed. So when you're zoomed in down the sights of a gun, you move at the same speed you normally do. It'd be nice if you could adjust that, or if it'd be slower. When you're going around criming in the open world, the cop behaviors are very hit and miss and very inconsistent. If you run people over or murder people like you must absolutely do in a Grand Theft Auto clone-like game, civilians nearby will call the police, and you have to stop them before they finish making the call. But that's in a case of vehicular or gun homicide where it's very obvious you were the one committing the crime. Now something cool is that if you're hacking and somebody dies, they don't necessarily know it's you, because you're just on your phone in the back somewhere. So if you blow up a manhole and a bunch of people die, the cops will get called to the scenario and they'll look around, but they have no clue it was you. In fact, you can even pretend to run at them and be like, help, help, I was one of the people hurt. So that is something that is appreciated. However, there are times where the cops are just blind and deaf. It's like, look at this. Blind as bats and deaf as Helen Keller? How about blind as Helen Keller and deaf as her too? The AI pathing is also very weird and disconnected. Sometimes they'll stop and stutter and when they clearly have one goal just to get back to the cop car. Then you have stuff like this where the cops will straight run me over. You can't surrender in front of the cops either. They'll tell you, hey, put your hands up. They'll like, give it up, it's over. And you just put your weapon away and stand still, and they'll just shoot you to death. There's no way of surrendering to the cops.
Cover!
Give yourself up.
The one new thing, the thing that makes Watch Dogs is the hacking mechanic, and it is kind of cool, especially with cars. Like, if you're driving or if you're stealthing around, you can remote hack any car to move in one of 4 directions, and that is kind of cool. That is very useful at times. You can set traps on sewer hatches and on electrical boxes and other such equipment, but the tree of hacking abilities is really kind of thin. Like, when that's the one thing your game does differently, you need to go all in on that, make sure there are, like, a crap ton of hacking abilities. I just don't think that's enough to make the game stand out from other open world games. Other open world games that look better, have better stories, have actual real characters, and have more fun gameplay. I can't pick Watch Dogs. Why would anyone pick Watch Dogs 2? Watch Dogs 2 is like the most casual of all casual games in the world. You know, it's not as terrible as it could have been, but it's still not good and still far, far from a recommendation from me. And with as big of a company as Ubisoft is, shitting this game out in 2 years and still having it look and run as terribly as it does is unacceptable. Watch Dogs 2 gets a 4 8/11 out of 10.
Wah, wah, wah.